This here is a top 10 best applications video, in my opinion. I wanted to make it different from other top application videos you may have seen. Just not the same old apps. So I also wanted to start doing YouTube videos in landscape mode to make it more, I guess, YouTube friendly, to where it gets rid of those black bars that are on the side from making it on your phone. The first application is called AndroVid Pro, and it's pretty handy, especially if you're making YouTube videos. You can also use it to compress videos. Like, you see the first video right there and the third one down are the same video, but I was able to compress it down with this application to where I'm able to send it in a multimedia message. And you can also, like, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to make one video for each application, for all 10 applications, and then at the end I'm going to go into merge and merge all the videos together to make it into one. And you can also add music to your videos. It's handy if you want to do everything on your phone instead of having to go onto your computer to edit your videos. And there's a lot of other stuff you can play with on that. The second application is called AdBlock Plus. I'm not doing these in any particular order. I'm not counting them down or anything. But I got AdBlock Plus from Aptoid. And you don't... This is for non-root users, to block the in-app advertisements. And a version that works is 1.2.0309. And I'm not going to install this, but when you do install it, it's going to ask you to download a list. Either get what's it called? Easy List or Fanboys List, and those are two good ones. And it won't start blocking apps or blocking advertisements right away. You got to go into your Wi-Fi settings, and then long press on Modify Network. Go down to Advanced Options, the Proxy Settings, Manual, Proxy Host Name, and put localhost. And for the proxy port, 2020, and then save it, and you'll be good to go. No more in-app advertisements. Third application is a music streaming app called Dudes, DOODS Music Streamer. Dudes a Music Streamer. And if you Google it, it should be the first thing that comes up. But I like it a lot. There's no advertisements in it. You can search by song, or you can also search by genres. And there's a lot of settings in here. I'm not going to go through many of them. So port 1 is whether or not you want to do the Wi-Fi only streaming. And you can select your language. There's a few of them in there. And that's all I'm going to go into on this. Application number 4, well, I guess it's a category of YouTube downloaders. There's a couple of them. First one's called Freedie, I think is how you say it, capital Free, lowercase di. And I'm going to have to go into portrait mode on this to get to the share button. So in order to download with Freedie, go into the video and hit on the share button. And you see the free download. When you click on that, you can download the video. If you're wanting to download just the music from a music video, you can download it as an MP3. And the other one is called TubeMate. Get both of them on Aptoid. I can't remember if I already said that. There's a newer version out. Version 2.1.0 is the one I got, and it works pretty well. And this one's nice because, we'll go into a video here. You see the download button that appeared up there? You can actually, in different formats. So that's all I got for that one. The next application, fifth application, is another set of, or category of applications in video game emulators. And these are all Nintendo ones. The regular Nintendo NES, the application's called John NES, and you can get that from Aptoid. And the best one to get is version 1.31, and there's also a light version of John NES, but in that one you can't save in multiple locations. It'll still autosave when you exit out of it and then go back into it. You'll be at the same spot, but like I said, you won't be able to save it at different spots. But with John NES version 1.31, it doesn't have a license check on it. The rest of them do. The Super NES one, the best one I found is SNES 9X EX Plus. I'm not going to go in much of that one. The Nintendo 64 is called Mupen 64, and this one's pretty nice. You can actually map your hardware buttons, like your camera button or your volume buttons. Like for the Z button and the right button, I got mapped to the hardware buttons if your buttons are in good locations. But that's really handy on Mario Kart. And I'm not going to go into the Game Boy Advance one either. I was kind of surprised to see an emulator for PlayStation, being that it used discs. You can also map the hardware buttons on this. And first thing you gotta do is download a BIOS file. If you Google it, you'll find it. But the best place to get ROMs for emulators it's a website called Cool ROMs. Except with the PlayStation ROMs, I've never got a single one to work with the PlayStation. So what I went to Pirate Bay browser and they're called ISO files, ISO.ISO, and I've got several of those to work. Ones that I've got to work are Crash Team Racing, Final Fantasy, Spyro. There's a couple others that I've deleted, so that's the place to get those. Application number 6 is Pandora Ad Blocker, and I'm using Pandora version 4.5.1, and you get the ad blocker on Aptoid. Let me bring that up. And you might notice a theme to my videos. I really don't like ads. That was one of the reasons that I first rooted my phone, to get rid of them. And you can get a subscription to Pandora and pay so much a month to get rid of the ads. This is a free way of doing it. I don't have a very good Wi-Fi signal. There it is right there. Version 1.5. Let's download that. And then once you install it, you have to enable it. And you can get to that in your settings, accessibility, and Pandora ad blocker. Turn it on. It'll give you a warning. And it's really nice when you're in the car. You don't have to listen to ads on Pandora. But it says in the description, I believe it says it just mutes the ads, but I found that it totally eliminates them.